Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about 4 psychological traps that you can get caught up into and kill your bankroll. Now, the first one of these, I call it the fan guy. This should be pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but this is the type of person who bets on their favorite team, doesn't really care what the point spread is. You know, it's their team, so they think this is going to win. Now, it should be fairly obvious to you that betting this way is going to destroy your bankroll. So just don't do it. Alright, so moving on. The second type, we're going to get into something that borders on gambling addiction. And basically the casinos are looking to suck you in with this kind of thinking. Okay, the second one I call is Parlay Man. Now, parlays have a huge payoff, but they have a low probability of actually hitting. Now, a lot of these people, you know, you can bet anywhere from 2 teams all the way on up to like 15, depending on what the games are. So basically, you know, if you're gonna bet parlays, you have a low probability of winning to start out, and the thing that sucks people in is you know, you bet $100 and if you hit on a 3-team parlay, you're gonna make about $600. And if you hit on a 5-team parlay, you know, you're gonna make like 20 times your money, or you know, somewhere around there. And that really sucks a lot of people in. And what's worse is a lot of times they're going to end up hitting like 4 out of the 5 teams if they do a 5-team parlay. And, well, the casinos love it when something like this happens, because these guys are thinking that they're doing good. Oh, I almost hit it. I almost hit it. Maybe next time I'll get it. No, that's not going to happen. The casinos are just laughing their way to the bank, because they understand odds, they understand probability, and the people that get sucked into this trap are not thinking about the probability, they're not thinking about the odds. So this is one of the biggest ways I see people just kill their bankroll, and I've seen a lot of people get sucked into this trap. I got sucked into it early, but I was able to recognize what was going on and put a stop to it. I got really lucky my first year in sports betting, and I hit a couple of these things. And then after a while, I realized I wasn't hitting them anymore. So I was able to step back and say, okay, enough's enough. Well, let's figure out how to actually beat this thing and stop playing this game, because it's a losing game. Okay, now the other thing with the Parlay Man, these people remember the wins and they don't remember the losses. You know, when you talk to them, they're always telling you about that one time they hit the big win, and well, you ask them how many times have they lost, how much money have they lost. They don't know, and the reason they don't know is because they don't track their progress. Now, that should be another serious indicator to you that these people are setting themselves up for failure. Anybody who is serious about winning tracks their progress, period. How else are you going to be able to improve? How else are you going to know that something isn't working? And if it is working, how well is it working? If you don't track these things, you don't know how well you're doing. So always, always, always track your progress. Now, the third one, I call this all-in guy. And this is pretty close to the parlay guy. You know, we've had the World Poker Tournaments go on and really popularize this move. You know, a lot of times you'll see the tournament just completely turn around when this guy just pushes all of his chips in and makes a big win. Okay? Now, the thing about this move is, if you win, you're a genius. And if you lose, you're an idiot. Well, I have a couple points of view on this. And, you know, basically, the first thing is if you don't have any money, you can't play. Okay. Now, on the flip side of that is if you're starting out with just a tiny amount of money, if you don't have a lot, then you don't have a lot to lose. So you've got to balance this mentality out for yourself. Now, I've done this. I've gone in and come out smiling, and I've also gone in and lost it all. My 2013 NFL season was a disaster because basically I had done this, you know from my previous videos that I use chasing systems, and if you make it to the last year, you've got no choice. You've got to go all in. And well, I went all in 3 times and came out smiling, and on the 4th time my luck ran out. That was a pretty tough pill to take, and I actually stepped away from the game. I paper traded a lot and started introducing new different ideas, and eventually started getting back in, and overall I think I'm much better off for it. But you know, where would I be if I hadn't lost? Maybe I would have slowly ground away and lost it all anyways. That's a distinct possibility. But you know, you just got to remember, when you decide to go all in, there's no coming back. If you lose, you're out until you can come up with more money. And you know, the worst thing, you do not want to get caught in the whole gambling addiction cycle where, you know, if you lose, you immediately come up with money that you can't afford to be gambling. Okay, it's one thing to lose money that you've set aside for this specific purpose, and you know that you're putting it at risk. And it's another thing to risk your rent money, your mortgage, your grocery budget. You don't want to be doing that. So just, I guess the main lesson is to use your brain. You know, don't be putting yourself into a situation that's going to put you in dire straits. It's just common sense. Don't do it. Alright, now the last one we're going to talk about I call Ego Man. Now, Ego Man, this is harmless for the most part. You know, when I got on the SBR forum, I encountered this big time. Trolling has become like a national pastime or something, and there are no more trolls in any other area of the internet than there are in the betting forums. Oh my God. It seems to me like most of these people are more content to see somebody else fail than they are to actually discuss and create winning strategies. It just boggles my mind. And if you get on there, of course, everybody who's on the forums are always winning. Well, according to the statistics that I have, 99% of all bettors lose. So who's telling the truth and who's lying? That's a big thing. And for them, it's all about proving who's smarter than who. Well, in my mind, who cares? Okay? This is about winning money. This is not about me patting my ego, having a bunch of friends, and you know, just proving to the world how awesome I am. Okay? No matter what field you get into, there's going to be people that are better than you are, and it doesn't matter. You know, if you want to go down that path, you're going down a path of great disappointment. This is a no-win scenario, because basically, if you're right, you come off looking like an a-hole, and if you're wrong, you come off looking like an idiot. So that's not the way to win friends. That's not the way to make yourself look good. So in my opinion, it's a worthless waste of time. Now, on the other hand, here's where Ego Man gets into trouble. Okay, Ego Man thinks that you are not supposed to use any kind of touting services. You're supposed to do all your own research, and you know, you got to come up with everything yourself. This is in a completely idiotic way of looking at things. Okay, any businessman who is worth their salt tells you that you need to use leverage, and you need to use as much leverage as you can get your hands onto. Now, if there's a touting service out there that is actually successful, making good money, why would you not use that? Why wouldn't you tap into that resource and make life easier on yourself and allow yourself to concentrate on other things while this person takes care of that area? That's just smart business, okay? If this is all about ego to you and you rely only on yourself, then you're setting yourself up for failure. That's, you know, it's funny because you have these self-made, you know, business people who get run out of business all the time. And who do they get run out by? Basically, large businesses who have an entire team working for them. And that's the difference, okay? No matter how smart you are, you're not going to be smarter than an entire team of people. So stop playing the ego game and create your own team. Reach out to other people. Use touting services. Use research. You know, if the information is there and it's going to make you money, use it. That's what the bottom line is all about here. So basically, just don't let your ego get in the way, and get out there and make some money. Alright, thanks for watching.